There is one candidate that will be significantly beneficial to the trucking industry if they happen to be elected. Who can it be? Get ready for a freight-tastic face-off. Will Kamala Harris's eco-friendly trucking dreams crash into Donald Trump's highway to deregulation? As the 2024 election approaches, the trucking industry is scrutinizing the records and policies of major candidates, particularly Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. With the trucking sector facing numerous challenges, including regulatory pressures and economic uncertainties, the positions of these political figures will significantly impact the industry's future. Kamala Harris, currently serving as vice president, has a mixed record with the trucking industry. Polls indicate that her support among trucking professionals is low, with only 19% planning to vote for her compared to 75% for Trump. Despite this, Harris has played a substantial role in shaping trucking-related legislation. She voted for the $2.2 trillion economic stimulus package in March 2020, which provided essential support to businesses during the COVID-19 pandemic. The CARES Act facilitated forgivable loans and economic assistance that contributed to increased freight demand and soaring rates during the pandemic recovery. Harris also cast the tie-breaking vote for the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan in 2021, which included provisions to reduce health insurance costs for self-employed individuals, thus benefiting many owner-operators in the trucking sector. Additionally, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, signed into law in 2021, allocated significant funding to improve transportation infrastructure and safety regulations, including mandates for automatic emergency braking systems. Harris has prioritized environmental concerns through her policy actions. As California's Attorney General, she defended stringent regulations aimed at reducing diesel emissions, impacting the operational costs for many truckers. In 2022, she announced initiatives to reduce emissions from heavy-duty trucks, mandating that 25% of new trucks sold by 2032 be zero-emission vehicles. While facing legal challenges, this regulation reflects her administration's commitment to cleaner energy and sustainability in trucking. Under the Biden-Harris administration, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCSA, has introduced modernization efforts to increase transparency and combat fraud in trucking registrations. Moreover, the agency has pursued safety regulations, including a controversial speed limiter mandate, which some in the industry view as an unwelcome burden. Harris has also proposed significant tax reforms aimed at small businesses, including increasing the startup expense deduction and expanding child tax credits. While her tax plans may appeal to small business owners, they represent a stark contrast to Trump's previous tax policies. Donald Trump, who has a solid backing from the trucking industry, emphasizes deregulation and a pro-business agenda. His administration's policies aim to ease the regulatory burden on businesses, which resonated well with many truckers and trucking companies. Trump's signature tax reform in 2017 included a 20% deduction for qualified business income, significantly benefiting small trucking businesses. This policy, set to expire in 2025, remains a cornerstone of his economic legacy. Trump's administration prioritized rolling back regulations perceived as burdensome for the trucking industry. His efforts to shift or eliminate regulations under agencies like the EPA were seen as beneficial by many in the industry. He has been vocal in his opposition to stringent environmental regulations, labeling them as EV mandates. His administration focused on promoting fossil fuel usage and reducing the scope of regulations that would impose limits on emissions from heavy-duty trucks. While Trump's policies were largely favorable to business operations in trucking, his administration faced criticism for a lack of comprehensive safety measures. The emphasis on deregulation often raised concerns about road safety and the long-term implications for the industry. The contrasting approaches of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump highlight the divergent paths that the trucking industry could take depending on the election outcome. Harris advocates for environmental sustainability and regulatory oversight, which may lead to a cleaner but more regulated trucking environment. On the other hand, Trump's pro-business stance focuses on deregulation and tax benefits, appealing to those prioritizing operational freedom and reduced costs. As the election nears, trucking professionals must consider which candidate aligns more closely with their interests and the future of the industry. The stakes are high, and the implications of these policies will reverberate throughout the trucking sector for years to come.